Hi everybody, it's me Kaylee here, and it feels like it's been forever since I've actually sat down and talked to the camera because a lot of my videos were pre-filmed because I was getting kind of into the groove of college. Now I'm just kind of awkward because I haven't talked to the camera in forever. This week's video is late, first of all, and it's not going to be a normal lifestyle and all things girly video because I have some stuff I need to talk about. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know I recently told everyone about my eating disorder, and that was a big step because I'm the type of girl who used to care so much about what people thought of me and thought that if I told people about my eating disorder, it would make me less of a good person and just make me less likely people want to be around me. So I kind of just didn't tell anybody until recently. The only people that knew were my close friends. By the way, if you have an eating disorder, I hope it's not, but if this video may be triggering to you, I know eating disorders are very competitive and I understand that, and I hope I don't say anything triggering, but if you think it might be a trigger for you to watch this video, please kindly just leave and click off of this video. Your health is so much more important than this 10-15 minute video. So I love you, I hope you're doing well, and yeah. I kind of wanted to talk about my eating disorder because I feel like I'm a very rare breed. Maybe I'm not, prove me wrong if I am, but my eating disorder has been very, I'm not gonna say positive because it hasn't been positive obviously, but I think I recognized it so quick that I was able to jump back. I'm not healed, I am nowhere healed, I am nowhere near better, but I definitely have noticed more often than none, I have been a lot more positive and been a lot more open-minded and intelligent. I think the reason for that being is because I really educated myself on eating disorders and how much they affect not only you but the people around you. So I feel like I've kind of picked that up and been able to understand everything that's going on in my mind, and that has also helped me be a little bit more positive. And hopefully that is what has helped me jump out of this and get back into being more like my old self. So if you know me, you know I'm a very cheery, happy, bubbly, charismatic person. I just sometimes, of course not all the time, sometimes I can be really annoyed and come off as mean because sometimes I just get in those moods where I'm like, please leave me alone. But overall, I would like to think of myself as a bubbly person, and I noticed that it started to change about at the beginning of the summer. I just noticed that I wasn't myself anymore, and I wouldn't say I was clinically depressed, but I was just sad all the time and not as happy as I normally am. So it was kind of a shock to me. It was like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel so sad? Why do I feel so empty and broken? What's wrong with me? What's going on? And so let's flash back. So flashback to December. So I'll kind of give the background of how it all started, and hopefully this video can be a start to a journey that ends with a happy ending and helping others. That's what I'm hoping to get out of this video. And the first step to recovery is admitting and being open about it and getting help, and that's exactly why I want to make this video. Starting from the beginning, I have always been kind of insecure from since maybe 5th grade. I've never been completely secure with myself, and that is mostly because when I was younger, I was put out there in a way. I got, in our school, in middle school, we had homecoming court, and in 5th and 6th grade, I was voted to be on the homecoming court, and it's really stupid. It is. I don't know why they make us do that at such a young age. Like, you're literally voting for popularity in the 5th grade. It's a little bit detrimental, and I'm sure the other girls, when they didn't get it, they probably felt bad. And I mean, you know, like, it's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing. We're so young. We shouldn't be exposed to that yet, but we were, sadly. In 7th grade, I didn't get it. And now looking back on it, I'm like, okay, so what? But back then, it was like, people must not like me anymore. Like, did I do something wrong? So I think that's when my insecurity kind of got worse. It was like, I didn't feel pretty anymore because of a dumb competition and because of comparing myself to other girls and being on social media, watching YouTube. It was like, I want to look like Bethany Moda. I want to look like Alicia Marie. I want to look like all these girls that were super popular when I was in the 7th and 8th grade. I wanted to look like them because people liked them and I wanted to be liked. And that's so negative and that's so bad, but that's just, I'm just being honest, that's just how I was. I was also on the dance team, and I was on the dance team through 8th through 12th grade. By the way, shout out to my dance team, freaking love them. Anyways, that also kind of put a spotlight on me as a person, like having to perform, having to dance, being compared to the other dancers, you know. That type of stuff happens. I even catch myself sometimes comparing people with people, and I'm like, why? Like, who cares? But, you know, so I was kind of just comparing myself to the other girls and constantly pointing out my flaws. We also had to dance in front of a mirror and record ourselves a lot because, you know, to make ourselves better. So having to see myself all the time was kind of like, you know, I really don't want to see this. You know, it was just kind of annoying in a way, so I just really didn't want to see it. And so that was also very detrimental to me, and probably is one of the reasons why I was so insecure and am still insecure to this day. I had a pretty normal high school experience. I mean, dance team, clubs, you know, pageants, all that type of stuff. And I would say I had a pretty, like, good amount of friends, like, good solid friends, and I was nice to everybody. And, you know, you run into a few bumps in the road in high school where, you know, some people don't like you, and that's okay. And I'm now realizing that that's okay, that people don't like me. Like, what can you do? And that's also one of my favorite books, is The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Or I'm not going to say the word, but The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And it just teaches you how to not care. High school was one of the places where I kind of started to not care about what other people think. But then that opened up a new horizon for me to care about what I thought. Because I never cared about what I thought. Fast forward to senior year. Senior year is supposed to be great. Senior year was one of my worst mental years I think I've ever had in my entire life. Should have just got to know myself, because I relied on other people to make me happy instead of making myself happy. So when those things didn't work out, I was left in the dust. Anyways, not important. I mean, it's kind of important, but not really. November of senior year, I got surgery, and I got my tonsils and adenoids removed because of just, you know, always getting sick and stuff. And so I got them removed, and I was put on an all liquid diet for about 3 weeks, I'm pretty sure. Like, couldn't have soda. I was obsessed with soda. Couldn't have soda. Couldn't have food. Literally applesauce, yogurt, Jello, water, maybe mashed potatoes and rice, like something super soft, but that wasn't until like week 3. I had a very bad recovery. Sorry, I keep going off on tangent. During that time of recovery, I lost probably around 12 pounds because I literally wasn't eating. And so I liked it. When I lost all that weight, I was like, yay. And I still look back at that time and was like, yay. Like, you know, losing weight. I'm not going to sit here and glorify it because I don't glorify it anymore. I've definitely farther in my recovery where I realized that was not okay. And so looking back on it, it kind of makes me want to cry for myself because I glorified the scale so much and what it said that it literally became me for a long time. Lost a lot of weight, and then December of 2018 I went to New York with my club DECA. Best amazing trip, had so much fun, but you know, we ate a lot. I mean, we ate nonstop and I didn't care. I was eating whatever I wanted to eat because we were walking a lot, we were active, and I was just like, whatever. Gained back all that weight I lost because the weight I lost was water weight majority and not actual pounds, you know, so I gained all that back. I felt like crap because I was like, oh, you lost all that weight and you gained it back. And I felt awful about myself and put myself down and told myself, like, hey, by the way, homegirl, college is starting soon and you don't want to gain the freshman 15. So you might want to like work on your diet. And so I kind of slowly started restricting. I would have like eat healthy 6 days a week, and then 1 day a week I would allow myself to indulge in the things I loved. And I did that probably until around May. Because I was still in high school. I was like, you have until the end of high school to enjoy yourself and just kind of eat what you like and enjoy all that stuff. So that's what I did. I exercised. Dance season ended, so I wasn't dancing anymore. So I was like, okay, you need to get into the gym. You need to start exercising because you don't want to gain any weight. Like, no weight gain for you. So I started exercising, just a normal amount of exercise, and it was pretty much a healthy diet, like a healthy teenage normal diet, until May. Oh, May. May marks the freaking worst month of my life, probably. So May was when my severe body images, like severe body hatred started, and I was photoshopping some of my photos for Instagram, and I'm going to be honest about that. There's a few photos that I photoshopped because I felt like I wasn't beautiful enough, and I'm pretty sure I deleted all the ones I photoshopped just because I was like, that's not you. Like, that's not who you are. Don't do that. And you're also putting out an image that's not relatable to some people. Like, come on, like, you're putting out an image that's not even you. And so I stopped photoshopping, but that didn't change the fact that I still didn't like how I looked in the mirror. Once we graduated high school, I told myself, and I remember this exact conversation with myself, May 21st, 2019, I said, okay, you're graduated now. You're a freshman in college, you know, like how you say it the summer before. And I was like, you can't eat bad anymore. And so I allowed myself on graduation to indulge one last time. And we ate out, and I just like ate like a normal eating out meal, had some Dr. Pepper because that was my favorite soda. And then after that, I started restricting. And I wouldn't say it was like the day after, but sometime after graduation, I started to restrict what I was eating pretty badly. It's pretty bad. I would eat, it started off me eating like 1,200 calories a day, like just doing a normal, not even normal, just doing like a strict diet and also exercising at the gym almost every single day. And I would still allow myself like a cheat day, but on my cheat days, I would be like, okay, you can eat healthy for breakfast and lunch, and then for dinner, you can indulge in a meal. And then sometime in June is when I started to restrict to 1,000 calories, and then halfway through July, I started restricting to maybe 800 calories a day. And, you know, I reached my heaviest weight, which was 135. 135 is not a heavy weight. I was just so mentally messed up that I thought that it was. So that's kind of part of the disorder, is that, you know, you kind of like tell yourself that you're a heavyweight when you're really not. So if that was triggering to anyone, I'm sorry. I just wanted to clarify that. In May, and that scared the crap out of me, which is why I started to restrict, is because I literally even went on a no sugar diet where I didn't allow myself to have sugar for a whole entire week, and like was gonna make it a YouTube video and like film it and be like, oh, no sugar for a week, like what are the changes? Like, no, you're just doing it because you want to lose weight. You're not even doing it for the positive effects. So I ended up not filming that video because I didn't want to trigger anybody, because now that I have an eating disorder, I see stuff and I'm like, that's a major trigger. Especially these like videos where it's like counting calories for an entire day, like counting mukbangers' calories. I'm like, people are literally putting that out there. And I mean, you know, it's not their fault. They don't have an eating disorder. They probably don't understand, but it's like such a trigger, and you kind of just have to train yourself not to click on those types of videos. So that's what I did. I just trained myself not to even click on the videos and just to ignore it. When I lived at home, it was not as bad because, you know, I kind of ate supper with my family and ate what mom put on the plate. I would just like not eat all of it and, you know, kind of throw it away. I would eat a lot of it, but then throw the rest away because my family, we love to eat. We go and eat. Well, you know, we're gonna eat. I love food. I freaking love it. And my relationship with food is crap right now, but I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna recover and I can do this. And I'm telling myself as a reminder right now. That's why I just said that out loud. Anyways. Oh, sorry, I'm going off on so many tangents. Probably not even watching this video, which, you know, who blames you? Like, I'm literally so whack. Anyways. The restricting lasted all summer, and then when I moved to college, my stepmom and dad took me grocery shopping, and I made sure to get all the low-calorie stuff. I was like, you're going to start a healthy diet, and it's going to be 100% healthy. You're not going to buy any junk food. It's going to be all healthy. And girl, I did. I bought all healthy stuff, and you know, it was some good stuff. Like, I was like, you're going to eat the right amount of calories. You're going to get out of this funk you've been in. You're going to do so good. And you're going to eat right. And so I got all the stuff. And for the first few days, I did that. I ate probably the right amount of calories I was supposed to have. But the problem was, I was counting and obsessing and counting them more than once and counting them more than twice and double checking every single freaking box and nutrition fact that I could to make sure that I wasn't going over. It was so obsessive, and that checking the labels went on for months. Went on all through summer, and it's still going on, but not as bad. But I checked every label, checked every single freaking nutrition fact, made sure that if the serving size was 29 crackers, that if there were 2 halves, I counted that as 1. I literally, you know, I checked everything, and I didn't even notice how much it was affecting me, but it was just building up. And the eating disorder, was getting so much louder every single time I looked in the mirror, every time I checked those nutrition facts, every time I ate, every time I looked on Instagram, every time I looked on YouTube. Ed was just getting louder, and I was just letting him tell me every single day how worthless I was, how ugly I was, how I was eating too much food, how I shouldn't have eaten the fast food last night, how I shouldn't have eaten pizza with friends, how I shouldn't have gone to the football game and ate food, how I shouldn't have eaten this and this and this and that because I was losing weight and I looked good. Because I was skinny, and getting skinny, I felt worth something. And that, my friends, is awful. The fact that we live in a society where if you're skinny or skinnier, or, you know, you're praised for it, and more people notice you. And I still have an eating disorder, but I'm definitely more aware of what I say now, and I'm definitely more aware of my worth, and it's just building. And I feel like coming out about it and telling more people has really genuinely helped me, because it's made me realize that so many people could be going through this and you not even know. It's made me realize everybody's bodies are different, and if you're not Brandy Melville model material, if you're not, Victoria's Secret model material, it's okay. Because a lot of them girls are just made like that, and you can't be mad at them for being made like that. A lot of them probably had an eating disorder or still have. And I wouldn't wish an eating disorder on my worst enemy. It takes over your mind like crazy, and it's awful, and I wouldn't wish it on a single person. But the purpose of this video is to put out there, not to sit here and tell you how beautiful you are or how loved you are. I mean, you are, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to give a wake-up call that we as society need to stop comparing each other, and we need to stop praising people just for the way they look. We need to look at people and only want to know what's in the inside. Societal standards are so stupid, because I could literally sit here on society, okay? I am society. I think today I want the new standard to be me. And then everyone in the world would want to look like me. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, societal standards are whack. They can change all the time, and then if this isn't the societal standard anymore, then they start feeling crappy, and then this person who is the societal standard starts feeling great, and it's just like, why? There's no point in it. Why can't we all just be the societal standard? Why can't being yourself and being how our glorious God made us be the societal standard? And so many people are like, but people aren't even that negative, like, people aren't even that mean. Okay, bullcrap, because I literally scroll on Instagram all the time and see bigger people, smaller people, medium people, and there's always comments about how they look, good and bad. But I see bad comments too. So I'm being like, oh, she's fat. Oh, she's way too skinny. Her hips are a little too wide. Her boobs are small. Her butt's small. She has no... Newsflash. People can't help that. They can't. They can't help the way they're shaped. They can't help the way they look. And I honestly think it's the stupidest thing to ever comment on the way someone looks, because they can't help it. You don't know someone's story. You don't know what they've been through. A lot of people with cancer put on weight because of chemotherapy or because of the medicines they're on. And I remember one time I was scrolling through, and this one girl had cancer, and scrolling through all the comments, but she was like better and healthier, and someone didn't know she had cancer and just commented about how fat she was, and the reason she had put on so much weight was because of chemotherapy and because of medicines. And you never know someone's story, so why sit there and make them feel crappy about something they can't help? People with binge eating disorders, that's a mental illness. You cannot help it. And so if you want to sit here and call someone fat or judge them for their appearance because they have a binge eating disorder, or something like that, or if someone has anorexia severe and is so far in anorexia that has literally made her super small, don't sit there and comment on it. She already comments on it herself. He already comments on it himself. They tell themselves enough. They don't need other people telling them the same thing. Just saying. that's the end of this video. Kind of my story and where I want to go forward and what I want to change about this world. Hopefully one day I can change this world. That's the goal. I love you guys. If you watched through this whole thing, thanks. That's really kind. Probably no one did, but if you did watch through this whole thing, it seriously means the world, and hopefully you took something out of what I said and will take it and spread it, and one by one we can make this world a better place and make it a little easier to live here. Because honestly, sometimes it's hard to live here, you know? It's really hard. So yeah. I love you guys, and I will see you in next week's video. Hopefully it's not another long talk. Hopefully it's something more positive and not annoying. Okay, love you guys. Bye.